Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Spider-Man number 1. That's right, the Spider-Man title is back at Marvel Comics, and this is the End of the Spider-Verse, Part 1, the one and only-ish. So let's take a look at the creative team before we get into what's going on here. This book is written by Dan Slott returning back to Spider-Man, as well as Mark Bagley, legendary Spider-Man artist Mark Bagley, with John Dell on inks, Edgar Delgado on colors, and Joe Caramagna on letters. So there it is. We have two of the most prolific Spider-Man creators in this book. Once again, Dan Slott and Mark Bagley returning to the title that in both of their times they pretty much made famous. So in this one, we have the end of the Spider-Verse. It is here. Morlun is back, and he's not alone. Allied with one of the most powerful beings in the Spider-Verse, known the scariest Spider-Man villain of all time, is making his big play, and no spider is safe, especially not the chosen Spider himself, Peter Parker. Peter Parker 616, that is. With Peter and working for Norman Osborn, using a glider, does he have it coming? Spider-Man's 60th anniversary is no joke, and as two of the most legendary creators working together on Spidey for the first time, you know it's going to be one for the record books. And you know what? I have been away from Spider-Man for a long time. For a long time. Also, I have not really been reading a lot of Dan Slott's more recent titles. I checked out his Iron Man. I checked out his Fantastic Four. I read in and out of those things, but it really just wasn't my jam. But this one feels like my jam. Spider-Man, um, with Dan Slott at the helm, was one of the first titles I ever collected when we had the Superior Spider-Man. And since then, I read a lot of Dan Slott Spider-Man. So this really feels going back to, I guess for the creator as well, but for me as a reader, going back to some of the comics that I really enjoyed when I first got into comics. So definitely fun to revisit. So let's take a look at some preview art. We'll talk a little bit more about this. Of course, Dan Slott and Mark Bagley are both very good at telling you how Spider-Man or who Spider-Man is. I think they're able to capture it. First of all, his origin in one page with a little bit of narration, and then also to get you caught up in what's going on. Like I said, I haven't been reading Spider-Man. I have no idea why he's working with Norman Osborn, what the new suit is all about, why he has a glider. But the team is very good at keeping you up to date, and then just dropping you back into the Spider World. So I really appreciate that in this book. Definitely very new reader friendly, returning reader friendly. Although you might have questions if you're a new reader about Morlun and the Spider Verse and all that. But and then next we get into actual Spider-Man shenanigans, right? And like I said, Mark Bagley has been doing this for a long time, specifically with this character. So there is no one that really understands Spider-Man kind of like Bagley does. The feel, the athletics, the agility, the poses that he's swinging by, and this is definitely very traditional art. So it's not for everyone. I think some people don't really enjoy the more traditional stuff. But I like to go back and revisit it, and it's really fun. And it's just Spider-Man shenanigans, Spider-Man squippy. The people in New York are super involved, which is really funny. And then we get to see here the villain revealed, Shathra. And I think if you've been reading the Edge of the Spider Verse stories, you may be a little bit more familiar with what's going on in Loom World. So make sure to check those out. You don't need to; they're not necessary, but it'll definitely illuminate a little bit more. And I just really like that anything that's happened in the Spider Sanctuary, the art is completely different. The coloring, the textures, everything feels very different because it is another dimension. I think one of the coolest things about the Into the Spider Verse movie was that all the characters had a little bit of different animation style and stuff like that. So definitely the same thing with the comics. Every universe is its own. So this was a very welcome. I'm just very happy to be reading a Spider-Man book again that I really enjoyed, and it feels good to revisit the Spider Verse. I really like the original Spider-Verse and then the Edge of the Spider-Verse and everything that the team has been doing for almost like decade now, really, with Spider-Verse. So really, really fun. Of course, there's a million amazing covers which I really liked. So let us know what you picked out. I got a blank cover in my comic shop, so I can't wait to go to a convention and just have somebody draw like some of the coolest Spider-Man stuff on there for me. But let me know what you think of this book. Let me know how you feel about the Return to the Spider-Verse for one last time, it seems. And yeah, let us know what else you're reading. So, as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here on the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.